environment. So there was something being painted today, wasn't there, Lily?
Absolutely. So the team at Jersey Met have been painting the climate wall in the island in St Helier. They've been adding a red stripe for last year because, for those of you who don't know, this wall represents our average annual temperatures all the way back to 1894. And last year, for 2024, it is a red stripe because in Jersey it was the 7th warmest year on record, and in Guernsey the 5th warmest year on record. Now, if you're watching at home and thinking, hang on, it didn't seem all that warm, well, one thing to bear in mind is it does take into account our daytime and our nighttime temperatures. So if we just take a look now at the breakdown in Jersey, our maximum values last year were 0.32 degrees higher than average, whereas our minimum values, which often happen at night, was a greater increase, 0.81 degrees higher than average. So if you didn't notice it too much, it's because that greatest difference was the minimum value, often at night and often obviously when we are all asleep.
Yeah, and I think those stats might throw people at home because it feels like last summer wasn't particularly warm, but the stats take into account the conditions all year round, don't they?
Absolutely, the whole year. And actually summer, it wasn't that much warmer than average, but it does take into account our winter months as well. And we had some warm months. February, for example, was the warmest on record for Jersey and Guernsey. And the other thing to bear in mind is warmer doesn't necessarily mean drier or sunnier beach weather. Actually, for every 1 degree that our atmosphere warms, it can hold 7% more moisture. And what that means is more rain. And for both islands, it was wetter than average last year as well.
Chilly last week, but a little bit warmer this week. What else is to come?
Yes, we are now into double digits this week. It's feeling milder. It's going to continue feeling milder into tomorrow. But with the warmer weather comes some more unsettled weather as well. So after a dry settled period, we have actually got a bit more rain in the forecast. Let's get a check now. Here's all the details. Well, it was a beautiful February day today, and there was a lovely calm start this morning with water at Half-Day Par looking pretty flat there. We did have some sunshine as well and some bright skies at times, perfect conditions for a dog walk along the beach. But as we head into tomorrow, it's looking cloudier, at least in the morning, a slightly greyer start to come. We're looking like we may well see some glimmers of brightness though as we head into the afternoon. And where that cloud is thicker in the morning, there's a chance we could have a few spits and spots of rain here and there. Now, you may have noticed today temperatures feeling a bit milder than what we've been used to over the past few days, and this week it is generally going to be milder, a little bit more unsettled. So back to this evening then, we'll have clear skies to begin and the winds just veering around to a more southerly direction, a moderate breeze there. As we head towards dawn, we'll start to see more cloud moving in to set the theme for a greyer day tomorrow with minimum temperatures of around 6 to 8 degrees. So as I said, looking greyer and murkier tomorrow. Amount of cloud around, possibly some mist as well, and there may be a touch of drizzle tomorrow where we do get that moisture in the air with the cloud, but notice it's then clearing off into the afternoon, so some drier and some brighter skies as we head throughout the day. Still a light to moderate breeze tomorrow and fairly mild, as I said, with highs of around 11 to 12 degrees. Let's get our times of high water then, around 10 a.m, later on between 10 and 11 p.m. Now moving through to Thursday, we are going to find ourselves in this warm sector, so some more murky conditions to come with some wet weather as well that we can see on our outlook. So temperatures not too bad, but still rather unsettled.